Steel City. Is everybody ready to go? Let's proclaim the greatest radio show.
Welcome to the Week 12 Pick Show. I'm your host, Jim Sella, here with Jay Dash. We had a fantasy pick show already this week, so we already picked 3 games. I was 3-0. Ball. Dash, what'd you do?
I did the same thing as you, man. We picked the same
3-0. See, we're 2 smart guys. We know what's going on here. I'm getting closer. With these 5 wins I'm going to get in this segment, over 500, baby.
Yeah, if you do it, you will be over 500.
All day.
Easy is balling, man. He went 2-1 on Thanksgiving. He does it every Thanksgiving, 2-1, because he takes a 3-teamer and loses a 3-teamer, but he always does well overall. Look at this, 2016, 30, 20, and 3, and he's also 2-1 in college picks. So he's over 500 all time now, 102 wins, 97 losses, and 5 ties. And he's 6-3-1 in his picks of the week this season, 6-0-1 in his last 7, and 11-4-1 in his last 16 picks of the week.
We've had a lot of pushes this year. I don't remember having this many this early.
Yeah, a ton of pushes.
But there's been a couple ties in football this year, so I guess you never know what's going to happen.
And his game is Cincinnati at Baltimore. Baltimore's -4, and the over-under is 40.5 in this game.
No Jimmy Smith in this game, but no A.J. Green for Cincinnati. So does that even out?
No, I don't think it does even out. Losing A.J. Green's a little bit worse.
I don't know. I think I'm going to take Baltimore in this game. I said it at the beginning of the year. I didn't think Cincinnati would be as good. I thought they'd take a step back. Did I think they'd be this bad? No. I thought more of like a 9-7 or 8-8 season. This year's looking like a possible 6-10 year for them.
You'd be lucky if the division winner has 9 wins.
Yeah. They lost Gio Bernard. Cincinnati's just hurting on offense. They're going to have to rely on Tyler Boyd and Tyler Eifert coming back from injury. And I think these guys will put up decent fantasy numbers. But as far as overall production, you could see some mistakes relying on these young guys. I know they got Brandon LaFell there, who's like 55 years old, so he kind of knows what's going on. But I like Baltimore's run defense. It's a division game. It's a close game. I know the line's 4. I'd be more comfortable with 3 for Baltimore than 4. I'm really feeling a win or a push on this one, honestly. I think there's a chance for a push here at 4.
Yeah, Cincinnati isn't a good team this season. Really, Baltimore's not a good team either, but they do have a very good defense, one of the best defenses in football this season, and they're more susceptible to being beat by the pass. So with A.J. Green out, that hurts. Giovanni Bernard's using the passing game. That obviously hurts. But, Baltimore's offense is terrible as well. And this being a division game, the line being at -4, I'm going to have to go with Cincinnati and say they keep this game close. You look, the Baltimore Ravens have 2 wins in their last 7 games. And I don't know. I just don't see anything great out of them either outside of being able to stop the run. And I think Cincinnati was going to be passing in this game anyway. So I think even without A.J. Green, they're going to keep this game within a field goal in the end.
I think the under is the safest bet in this game.
Easy's pick of the week is Cincinnati, so I'm going to go with him. You're going to go with Johnny Parlay as usual, man. You love going with Johnny Parlay.
No, I pick first and then he picks. Honestly, if I was really going to take this game, I would take a Cincinnati and under tease and tease Cincinnati to +11 and the over-under to 45.5, and that would be the safest bet.
Yeah, the only team that the Baltimore Ravens beat by more than 11 points was the Cleveland Browns.
Garbage.
All right, let's move on to my pick of the week. I went 3-0, like I said, on Thanksgiving. I'm 27-23-3 on the season now. Not doing so great in my picks of the week. But I'm going to go with San Diego at Houston. Houston's +1.5, and the over-under is 46.5 in this game. I'm going to say Houston. I've said it over the past few weeks. I'm not a big Houston fan necessarily, but I look at their record. They're still a pretty good team at this point in the season. San Diego, they're a team that can put up points. Houston, without J.J. Watt, has still been a solid defense this season. What I don't like about Houston is their offense. Brock Osweiler is not that great of a quarterback. Lamar Miller hasn't had that great of a season, although he's starting to slowly pick it up here. Over the past couple weeks, he's gotten a little bit better. Last week, probably one of his best games of the season. But San Diego's pretty solid at stopping the run. So I think it's going to have to be Brock Osweiler to make some plays in this game to be able to beat him. But they got that C.J. Fedorovich now stepping up as one of his favorite targets out there, with DeAndre Hopkins having somewhat of a down season, Will Fuller not doing what he showed through the first couple weeks of the season. But Houston's been finding ways to win somehow, even though their offense isn't that good. And San Diego really isn't that great of a team. So I'm going to say Houston being the underdog at home. Like I said, they're a winning team right now. They got a chance to win this division. San Diego is just a 4-6 team. So I'm going to go with Houston.
I don't even know how Houston's an underdog in this game at home. San Diego's garbage. They're nowhere near the division lead right now. Houston is leading their division, aren't they? What do they got? The Jaguars?
Houston's 6-4, and they're leading the division. Colts are 5-6. Tennessee's 5-6.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Brosweiler's not that great, but
Brosweiler.
Honestly, if he was good, we could call him Brock Bosweiler, and that would be awesome. But the dude's garbage, so I'm just gonna call him Brosweiler. Yeah, he's not a great quarterback, but Houston's finding ways to win. Their defense is solid. Clowney's played a lot better this year in the absence of J.J. Watt. It'll be nice for them to get both of them on the field next year. But I think they win this game, especially as an underdog. I'm definitely going to take them all day over San Diego.
Easy's going to agree with us and say Houston. Johnny Parlay's going to spread solo with San Diego.
I feel confident about this pick.
Yeah, so do I. The thing is, people like San Diego because they got that good offense and they're able to stop the run. But Phillip Rivers finds ways to lose games more than he finds ways to win games.
Please believe. He's garbage.
All right, we're going with your pick of the week next. Like you mentioned before, you went 3-0 on Thanksgiving, so a 5-0 week will put you over 500 as you're 23, 27-3 on the season. But you're 56, 53-3 over your last 112 picks. So
get it.
You have been over 500 for a long time. And you're 9-6 in your last 15 picks of the week.
I know what I'm doing when it comes to the picks of the week, except for those 6. 60% of the time, I'm right every time.
All right, Tennessee at Chicago. Chicago's +5. Pretty solid home underdog in this game. And the over-under is 42. Why is Chicago so big of an underdog?
2 words, Matt Barkley, okay? This dude's garbage. I mean, we're talking about how bad Cleveland's quarterback situation is. The Bears have no quarterbacks now. They might as well just try to trade for Terrell Pryor and move him back to quarterback because they're hurting. Their defense is absolutely awful. Their run game has been okay. You know, they're the Bears. But this quarterback play has been terrible. Cutler, he is or isn't out for the year. They're just absolutely horrible. The Bears need a complete retooling. Just strip the whole organization bare. Get rid of every single person in the front office and the whole team. Just move them somewhere else to Las Vegas to hurry up before Oakland does it. They're awful. I'm taking Tennessee. Anybody who plays Chicago now, I'm going to take every time.
Yeah, they were actually looking okay for a moment this season when they had Brian Hoyer in a quarterback. They were moving the ball offensively.
He broke his arm.
And really, Jordan Howard has been a solid running back for him this season. Like you mentioned, Jeremy Langford, he's come back recently, and he's involved in the mix now. But it's Cameron Meredith at wide receiver. That's their number one. They have Eddie Royo out there. Zach Miller has been a solid tight end for him, but Alshon Jeffrey, he's not playing right now. I think he got suspended, correct?
Believe it. Bigly.
So, Matt Barkley, no Alshon Jeffrey. They're a defense that can stop the run somewhat, but I think on the other side of the ball, Tennessee, Marcus Mariota's having a big season. Rashard Matthews is scoring touchdowns every week. Tajay Sharp has come up big over the past few weeks and now is starting to look like a more consistent receiver out there. And yes, DeMarco Murray, a very good running back. So I think Tennessee is just the better team. And with Matt Barkley at quarterback, this game could get ugly. Yeah. So I'm going to agree and say Tennessee, and we're going spread sweep with Tennessee.
Buddy. Now that makes me nervous because Johnny Parlay picked him. But I guess he gets one win sometimes, right?
Yeah, he gets wins here and there. That's a good one.
Just to mention, all these picks are terrific. They're the most terrific picks. They are tremendous. And I think we are going to win every pick because we are bigly.
All right, let's move on to Johnny Parlay's pick of the week then. He's 114, 106, and 7 all time, and he went 2-1 on Thanksgiving. He's 68, 56, and 3 in his last 127 picks. but he is struggling right now, and especially with picks of the week. Just one win on the season, and he has 2 pushes in picks of the week this season. That's pretty crazy as well. And he's going with Seattle at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's +6, and he's going spread solo with Tampa Bay in his game. And I mean, I got to admit, Jameis Winston and Mike Evans is a beast combination. And Doug Martin back now. Their run game looks a little bit better out there. I don't think Jacquizz Rodgers is healthy yet.
Nope.
So their offense is okay. Their defense is okay. But Seattle, I'm not going to say I guarantee victory here. I wouldn't have taken this game. But Seattle really hasn't been blowing teams out until the past couple weeks. They actually went into New England and won by 7 points. And then last week at home, they won by 11 points versus the Eagles. So over the past couple weeks, they have covered this 6-point line. But still, over the course of the season, they really haven't been blowing teams out necessarily. But they've been playing better recently. I don't know. I got to go with Seattle in this one.
Russell Wilson's getting healthier. Thomas Rawls is healthy. And the biggest reason, Cam Chancellor's back in. This defense struggles without Chancellor. He's been back the last few weeks. That's why you've seen their play increase. You've seen that defense get better. He's a linebacker playing at safety with the speed of a corner. I mean, this guy's a game changer. He is to their defense what Troy Polamalu was to those Steeler defenses all those years. This team's really hitting its stride when they need to. I'm surprised Parlay took Tampa Bay. Like you said, I would have just stayed away from this game altogether. I'm pretty confident in a Seattle pick right here, even at 6, honestly.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're on a 2-game winning streak right now. They blew out the Chicago Bears, but they went into Kansas City last week and won that game as well, 19-17. So it's not like they're a joke or anything.
Yeah, I just have no faith in them.
Like I said, I didn't want to pick this game, but if I have to choose, I'm going to say Seattle.
Jimmy Graham's having a big year, too. It's nice to see him get back after that injury. He was a good player.
All right, let's move on to the last game here. Kansas City at Denver. Denver's -3.5, and the over-under is 39.5. This is the Sunday night football game.
This might have been my hardest pick out of all these games, quite honestly, because you want to think Denver with that great defense at home, but we've seen them stumble a little bit with some poor quarterback play. Kansas City early in the year was blowing teams out when they won, but getting blown out if they lost. Now, I don't know, Alex Smith and that offense looks like they've kind of stalled out a little bit. I don't know really what's going on. Spencer Ware's been hurt a little bit. Charkandrick West has kind of filled in all right. Jamal Charles is back to the IR. I mean, you have Travis Kelce out there, but Macklin's been kind of garbage, so you don't really know what to expect out of this offense. So this was a really hard pick for me. I guess I'm going to go Kansas City, but it's tough. I think that half point is the only reason it's making me go Kansas City.
Yeah, really, Denver, I'm not going to say they tailed off recently, but they only had a 2-point win versus the Saints last week, and the week before they lost at Oakland 30-20. And Kansas City's actually 5-1 in their last 6 games, although that loss did come last week at home versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, like we were just mentioning. But I think, yeah, just with that half point, I'm going to have to go with KC in this game because I think it's going to be close enough. I mean, this division's still wide open. Oakland's at 8-2 right now. Kansas City and Denver are tied at 7-3. So this should be a tough, close-fought division game, in my opinion. So 3.5 is just too much, especially it's Trevor Siemian at quarterback. I trust Alex Smith more than I trust Siemian at this point. It's all about the defenses. If Siemian can beat that Kansas City defense in the passing game, they got a good chance to win this game because that's how they're going to have to beat them. Kansas City's a lot better at stopping the run than they are the pass, so it's going to have to be Siemian to go out there and beat them, and I don't see that happening.
Denver's won 2 of their last 4, I believe it is, on like last-second blocked kicks and then returning them for a touchdown for the 2 points, I think, against the Saints, and then they kicked a field goal to win a game. They're barely winning, let alone winning by more than 3 points. So that's why I'm taking KC.
Johnny Parlay is going to agree with us and say KC, but Easy is going to go spread solo on this one and say Denver.
He's feeling it. He likes that run game.
Well, I mean, with Tampa Bay going out and beating the Kansas City Chiefs last week and Denver's defense as one of the better defenses in football right now, I can see why you picked Denver.
Any other notes for the week?
No, not really, man.
Everybody take the opposite of Parlay. I think that's the best advice here right now. Definitely take the opposite of his pick of the week, so everybody should be on Seattle.
Well, if you go with Easy's pick, that's nearly the opposite of parlay. They took 4 different picks in this one. The only one they agree on is Tennessee. So you're probably right. Go opposite of Johnny Parlay and go with what Easy says. That's how it's been working this year.
Believe it. Maybe I wouldn't change my picks.
To what Easy has?
Believe it. Fans, questions, comments, hit us up on Twitter at bet_the_spread. Hit me up on Twitter at betjimthewin. Check out the Facebook page at facebook.com/betthespread. Let's hope for another 5-0 week for me. Got to get over 500. At least 4-1. At least 4-1.